A lot of English learners believe that fluency comes from learning more rules, reaching an advanced level, or finally fixing their mistakes. And for a long time, that belief made a lot of sense because when something feels hard, we assume that the solution is more knowledge. But after teaching English for many years and living abroad myself, I realized something really important. And that fluency is not just linguistic, it's psychological as well, and not necessarily what you studied the night before. So today I want to share with you 5 things that no one tells you about being fluent in English. Especially if you are intermediate and you feel like you're at a blocking point. You understand everything, but you just feel like you cannot speak or reciprocate as much as you would have in your native language. The first thing is that fluency does not break when you make mistakes. It breaks the moment when you try to start sounding good while you're speaking. And this is really subtle. Most English learners don't even notice it. They're not thinking, I must be perfect. They're thinking things like, do I sound natural? Do I sound confident? Is it too simple? Do I need to add more details? Do I sound smart enough? And then in that exact moment, your brain starts to split into two. One part is trying to communicate, and the other part is observing and judging. The part where you judge yourself, you will notice that you will speak a lot slower and more rigid, and overall, it becomes really tiring. This is why you might speak better whenever you're more relaxed, or when you're tired, or after you have a glass of wine. You want to quiet your inner judgment and try to speak without performing so much. The second thing is that confidence comes after repetition and not before. One of the common things I hear from English learners is that I just need more confidence to speak, or that I will speak more whenever I feel better about my grammar and my overall English level. But confidence doesn't come first, repetition does. Confidence is a side effect, not a requirement in order to speak well. Every time you speak and you survive the discomfort, your nervous system learns something new. It learns that didn't kill me, I survived it, I was understood by them, I can continue. Slowly, your tolerance increases and your discomfort goes down. You can't just wake up one day and become suddenly confident in English. You earn the confidence over time. By showing up enough times, fear and insecurities just don't feel interesting anymore. And just remember that fluency grows over time quietly in repetition and not in motivation. And the third thing is that vocabulary gives you freedom, grammar gives you safety. Grammar helps you feel correct, but vocabulary helps you feel more expressive. And most intermediate learners are overinvested in safety and underinvested in freedom and self expression. They know so many rules, but they just don't have enough ready to use language. So when they speak, they build sentences from scratch. And that's really exhausting over time. Fluent speakers don't do that. They rely on chunks and phrases and familiar speaking patterns. This is why learners with few grammar rules, but with stronger vocabulary, sound a lot more fluent. Because they're not necessarily constructing language, they are retrieving it. When your brain recognizes phrases, it relaxes a lot more. And as you know, relaxed speech sounds more fluent. The fourth thing is that your fluency improves when you stop performing in English. Many learners treat English like a performance. They try to sound impressive, polished, and really advanced. But performance creates a lot of pressure, and pressure really kills the flow. The moment that English becomes a performance, your body will really tighten up. Your breathing changes, your thinking completely blocks. But English is not a stage, it's really a toolbox. And when you stop performing in English and start using it to connect, to react, to respond, something really shifts inside of you. Your speech becomes lighter, less effort, and just more movement. Fluency isn't about sounding more advanced, it's about sounding available to the conversation, and not just trapped inside without being able to express yourself. And the fifth and final thing is that fluency is an identity shift, not necessarily a language level. At some point in the journey, something subtle but powerful happens inside of you. You stop seeing yourself as someone who is learning English and you start seeing yourself as someone who is just using the English language. That identity shift matters way more than any exam score. Because once you see yourself as a speaker, your whole behavior will change. You interrupt a little bit more naturally, you hesitate a lot less, you recover a lot faster. You just stop waiting for permission to speak. Fluency is not a destination, it's a relationship with the language and yourself. If you're intermediate in English and you're feeling really frustrated, just remember that you are not failing, you are not behind. This is a part of a journey that no one really explains in your English classes or school, the part where progress is really internal and it feels a bit invisible. Honestly, fluency is a lot closer than you think. And it starts with how you relate to English and not how perfect it sounds. So keep it up.